We all know what we love. Ecchi, am I right? So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The ecchi genre has been a fan favorite for a long time. So much so that there are special fan service episodes in anime from other genres. That is why for today, we will be talking about some of the funniest and most iconic ecchi anime ever. So, before we start, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet already, and press that bell icon to stay updated of all the new content we are creating. And beware of the following spoilers. Coming in at number 10, we have Hybrid Heart Magius Academy Ataraxia. I apologize if I absolutely butchered that, but anyways, big melon girls and one single male is all that any ecchi harem anime will ever need. For an ecchi series, this show is censored and doesn't go all the way like some other shows that we will talk about on this list. Magical Academy revels in its teasing scenes and how lewd they actually are, all while keeping the scene quite tame and reserved. The plot here is irrelevant. After all, we are all cultured individuals looking for some real big plot twists. And not something generic and boring. The characters deserved more screen time, and it could have been a longer series if they wanted to. However, that's all we get from the show. And to say the least, it wasn't half bad. Coming in at number 9, we have Yosuga no Sora. Remember how I told you before we aren't here for the plot? Well, I was kinda wrong. First of all, let's make things clear. There are a lot of schmeck scenes within a series, and this component usually makes people want to simply watch the series as a hit because of that, which isn't technically wrong or anything. If you are planning on doing so, you will be trading a great anime with a horrible hit because those scenes are short and not very exciting at all. I mean, you can see them busting some but yeah, you still can't see them either. The scenes are short and uncensored as well, but still, meh at its best. The art, however, is totally different matter in the series. Instead, the schmeck scenes create a unique mood for the story development. Yes, he does have schmecks with the girls, but it's not like meaningless or just cuz, you know. Each female character has their own story arcs that they go through, giving purpose and meaning for the final that they all share together. Coming in at number 8, we have Kanokon, the girl who cried Kota is a guy that lived his whole life in the village when he traveled to live with his grandmother in the big city. He felt great stress, hoping to make a good impression in his new school. However, the poor chap can't have it his way as he is the love interest of two yokai spirit girls, including the hot fox spirit Chizuru and the alluring wolf spirit Nozomi. When it comes to the plot, that's practically about it. That's all there is. The whole plot is just a silly excuse to justify the fan service rubbed in our faces and the main character's face every 2 seconds, with some uncensored scenes and a lot of fan service. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking when I say this. 80% of the show is all about that, and I don't really mind it. Coming in at number 7, we have Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher? Okay, I gotta admit that watching this series wasn't one of my proudest moments in my life, and I somehow regret it. Not that it's bad or anything, but watching this series was such a guilty pleasure. The anime portrays the relation of a student and the so-called demon teacher that even delinquents don't want to mess with on her good days. And some weird reason, this teacher keeps getting pushed into compromising situations and positions around that student. Fan service. Yes, this series has a lot of those scenes and could get kind of annoying at one point at just how many of those scenes there are. By God, it's a lot. But one thing for sure, this anime is a guilty pleasure that will scratch a lot of stuff off your bucket list when you're done with it. Coming in at number 6, Mother of the Goddess's Dormitory. This is one hell of a series and feels kinda wrong, because it's about a 12-year-old kid with a lot of aura material. One-san, you know what I mean? Like, the story is quite straightforward, just like any no-brainer. Ecchi circumstances lead to him becoming a dorm mother to girls that are way older than him, and somehow it's working out well. Anime logic at its finest, I guess. Bath scenes? Check. Lots of panty shots? Check. Needlessly uncensored girls? Check. A lot of conveniently stumbling into positions. Double check. Well, I guess with that, we can have a certified uncensored ecchi fun show. Since that's just what it is for, to have some fun and crack some nuts, you know. That's the whole point of this video in the first place. I'm judging you if you watch this one. Coming in at number 5, my wife is the student council president. Well, since we went all out with the previous entrees, it's time to take the down a notch before the YouTube police come over and, well, make a scene. I'm kidding, YouTube. We all love you. Please don't ruin my video. It was an honest joke. It was an honest joke. Please don't take it away. Please spare me. Please. Anyway, this series, although has an abundance of scenes and in its atmosphere, and it's quite tame. It doesn't reveal stuff like some of the other series we mentioned. This anime is quite chill, and you can enjoy it without having any need to transplant eyes in the back of your head to see if anyone is coming your way. Although, I still recommend the earphones. Never take those off unless you absolutely know that you're alone. They might just save you from ending up homeless. The whole premise of this show is about the main character losing to the school council president elections to a girl just because she promised to add a education class into the curriculum and distributed condoms to the students. Add insult to the injury when the main character, on his way home, finds out that their parents know each other and vowed to get them married once they come of age. The whole series talks about the newly married couple and how they learn to live together and cope with all the changes happening in their lives. How romantic. Coming in at number 4, we have Shinmai Maou no Testament. This is definitely not a series to watch or talk about in public, but we need views, so what the hell? Let's have our fingers crossed that no one we actually know is watching this right now. This anime is similar in its story to a very unique ecchi that made it on this list as well, School DxD. Seriously, I just can't stop myself from spotting the similarities. Demonic harem? Check. Main girl is a stunning redhead with a body? Check. The main character is powerful and overpowered at all times? Check. But when it comes to the actual story and its depth, this show is different from it and is nothing like DxD. With that out of the way, I'll say this once: this show is heavily uncensored. And even in some scenes, the characters get into sticky situations, if you know what I mean. And I can't elaborate more than that, unless I am itching to get banned. That's why I'll keep this one away for you guys to check it out, and you be the judge. God damn. Coming in at number 3, we have Monster Musume. If you guys are into monster girls, then this series is exactly what you are looking for, especially to get that old chestnut working. This anime is too for its own good. The whole idea of the show is that monster girls will have to live with the main character for an amount of time without having any schmecks with him or anything related going down. Oh, and did I mention those girls are, well, mega thirsty? They got the thirst. Not even the Nile can quench their thirst. This anime is so goddamn and such a tease. You begin to feel exactly how pent up the main character is with all the going on around him, and he can't do anything about it. My poor man is in hell. He's in heaven, but he's in hell. Although, it is a fun series to pass some time and satisfy some hidden urges before a good night's sleep. So yeah, dig in, my guys. I ain't here to judge. I'm just the messenger. Coming in at number 2, School DxD. We can't mention uncensored anime without including this series. As a personal believer in redheads and the devil supremacy, adding this entry was a must. Ryoubo-kun, for those who don't know, is the redhead demon you will ever see in an animated series. It all starts with the high school student Issei Hyodo, your run-of-the-mill pervert who does nothing productive with his life, except peeping on women and dreaming of having his own harem one day. Things seem to be looking up for Issei when a beautiful girl asks him out on a date. Although she turns out to be a fallen angel who brutally kills him, he gets a second chance at life when beautiful senior Ryoubo-kun, who is a top-class devil, revives him as her servant, recruiting Issei into the ranks of the school's occult research club. Slowly adjusting to his new life, Issei must train and fight in order to survive in the violent world of angels and devils. Each new adventure leads to many hilarious and risque moments with his new comrades, all the while keeping his new life a secret from his friends and family in School DxD. That's all we can elaborate so far about the series, but I can add one more thing. The conditions to use his abilities and powers is to see, touch, or feel up some hot mommy milkers. And that's it. That's what made the show one hell of an infamous series. It has many seasons and is quite fun to watch for the harem, and for the plot too. No, not the Rias plot. I meant the actual plot of the show and the art style and uniqueness of the girls clamoring around Issei. Never disappoints. And number 1 goes to Ishuzoku Reviewers. Come on, how did you not know this was going to be number 1? Countless diverse races, from perky fairies to oozing slimes. Naturally, such a melting pot of creatures has a broad and alluring variety of brothels. With so many options to choose from, it is hard to decide which girl to have a meaningful interpersonal experience. Fortunately, a tight group of brave warriors has come together to enlighten the public. These perverted adventurers take it upon themselves to assess the appeal of all types of girls through hands-on research, whether it be the scorching hot salamanders or the utterly humongous cowgirls. The Yoruno Gloss Reviewers leaves no species behind. Directed by the mastermind behind Miru Tights, Ishuzoku Reviewers seeks to answer one of the most pressing questions there are. Which species is the same? The series was frowned upon by many streaming platforms and banned from stream since they saw it as more of a show than an actual ecchi uncensored anime. And who can blame them, really? With the highlight of the plot and story being those group of friends testing out different brothels every day with a different species and race in hopes of finding the best one there is. It's like wanting to collect Pokemon if those Pokemon were, well, girls that worked in brothels for a living. We already know that this show is uncensored and is quite risque when it comes to its scenes treading dangerously and sometimes attempting to cross the thin line that makes the difference between an ecchi anime. And with this, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I'm watching you. And also, while you're at it, press that bell icon. Keep yourself notified of all our latest videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you like.